mentioned that maybe a couple comes from a massage, and you said it's about their own transformation, and it can be together or separate. Maybe they stay together, maybe they don't. But how if a couple, for instance, they come from massages, they're both coming, but one is they're transforming in different speeds or different directions, could also happen, I guess. Have you experienced that?
It can.
Yeah.
We had this experience, at least me personally. So I had this kind of experience where the woman wanted more and wanted to experience more from her life. And usually it is like this. You don't feel, at least couples who I met or singles, they don't really feel that so strong until they are 30 years old. Until 30 years old, somehow they allow themselves to do all kind of mistakes. But somehow, after 30 years old, somehow people, they start to question, okay, what have I done, my relationships and so on. And these are kind of most of the people who are coming to us and wanting to do something about themselves. And I would say that in the moment when they learn, this is the moment, the best moment when they can relearn about couple relationship and how to not do those mistakes anymore and how to heal the past. And what I had experienced, it was that one was going a little faster than the other one, and so it was a she in that case. She had to say goodbye, because she felt that she wanted somehow the specific speed for both of them. And
she wanted
a specific speed for both of them, and he didn't feel open for it, and she wanted the things in another speed, So, and they kind of grew apart. But in a way, the fact that she was experiencing tantric massage, she made it in such a way that they are still very good together, very, very good. Like they remain very good friends in the end. Well, he understood, okay, I can't fulfill those needs you have, then better I set you free. We set each other free. And that it was marvelous from my point of view. So to witness this woman who, as I said, it was after a journey of some years.
I mean, there are many couples who are like basing the relationship on compromises. One wants a relationship like that, and the other one wants a relationship like that, and they don't match, But because they love each other, they say, okay, let's find a middle way. And often they spend a long time, many years together, kind of not really happy, either of them, because it doesn't go in the direction they want. And yeah, tantric massage, like tantra in general, it is very much about living life fully. And you add a lot of energy and intensity. And when you do that to such a couple and bring them closer to their soul and their soul's longing, naturally they start to realize, what are we doing here? Because I want that. In some cases, they naturally grow apart when you speed up the growth, because they were not in the same direction anyway.
Yeah.
Where a couple who is aiming in the same direction, they can move different speeds, no problem. They will stay together. Sometimes one is slower, sometimes the other is growing a little more, and it's fine. If they go in the same direction, they don't need any artificial bonds to hold them together. They're just together.
So let's talk about foreplay. You mentioned a little bit like how the massage could even be almost like a foreplay to the foreplay. Or foreplay and lovemaking we can talk about, but I feel it's such an essential part of a couple relationship, and you mentioned it a little bit, but can you share more about how the massage is affecting the love life of couple relationships?
Definitely. I mean, if you want to take lovemaking to a higher level, if you want to go closer in intimacy, it needs some time, you know. A beautiful, passionate quickie can be super fun and exciting, but it doesn't, it's not the deep heart connection that brings the two souls together without any thoughts and expands them in the universe. That takes a little more time. And tantric massage is an excellent way to do a beautiful foreplay because it awakens both of the lovers erotically while it also relaxes them. And relaxation is a kind of condition for energy to flow freely and for that kind of deep intimacy to happen. When people are stressed, actually that's the worst thing you can do to a couple who wants to make love. Because
one of them is stressed. Or
stress is one of the worst things because when a woman is stressed, she tends to get tensed and kind of close up, which is not ideal for lovemaking because a woman naturally needs to open up and relax. And the man who is stressed, he tends to get very focused and very precise, goal-oriented to get the job done as fast and efficient as possible. Even the foreplay, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever meet that kind of guy, girls? Who was very efficient in the foreplay. Who was very efficient in the foreplay, like you almost feel like he has a.
They might even skip the foreplay.
Flow chart he's following. You know. They might even skip the foreplay. Exactly. So, tantric massage is an excellent way, first of all, to take the step to slow down, to feel what is, to allow the energies to expand and flow and arousal and excitement to happen in that kind of rhythm where it just goes naturally more and more and more, and in the end both of them, they feel deeply relaxed and super alive at the same time, full of this sparkling erotic power.
I have 2 comments. One related to foreplay. I can say that tantric massage makes you out of an egoist foreplay into a generous foreplay. And the egoist foreplay is done for myself and for my own fantasy, imagination or fulfillment. And generous foreplay is for the other one. So when it's done for the other one, then you respect this amazing statement that exists in tantric eroticism, that is, my biggest happiness is to make my lover happy. So that would be one of the remarks. The second is, you can say that you can give tantric massage outside of the foreplay frame. So, and even I recommend some of the couples to meet only for massage and not to mix up the things. It's very important because especially for couples who are goal-oriented, or for goal-oriented men, and where the woman feels, okay, now he starts touching me, he wants something from me. So to go out of these frames of he wants something from me, then it's much better to do it outside that frame and do it as a massage in itself, and propose clearly to each other. Even we go very close to the lovemaking, we stop, because the purpose of this massage is right now just massage. And by experiencing and making this very clear frame, it's easier to, you can say, to go out of these patterns of egoism, I could say, in the foreplay and intentional lovemaking, in which I want something from the other one, instead of being a game in which you are sharing and in which we are sharing from each other's hearts the best you can do for the other one to feel happier, you know. So
I can imagine that can cause some frustrations for some people, that they cannot do what they want in the moment or wish to do in the moment, or they can't, if they're already goal oriented, they can't go for the goal. How do you recommend that they deal with those frustrations?
Yeah, but the frustrations is coming exactly from the selfish attitude, you know. I want something, and I preferably want it now, you know. And if the other one doesn't want, I get frustrated, right? But if a couple would take the time to align themselves energetically, like bring their energy on the same wavelength, so to say, they start to synchronize their desires. And one way to practice it is with tantric massage, learning how to give fully without expecting anything in return, just a beautiful gift from your heart. And the other role, learning to receive completely, to totally surrender and abandon without saying, okay, let's stop here, now it's your turn, because I feel more in control if I'm giving, or whatever issues people may have. Many people, they need to learn either to give fully or to receive fully. And in the tantric massage, this is an excellent way to train that as a couple, because the roles are clear. Like, today you're receiving, I'm giving, and this is our setup. And the more people train that, the better they become at both roles, the more it starts to be a sharing. The more it starts to, what one wants to do fits exactly with what the other one wants to do. So that they end up making love without the feeling, now it's your turn, now it's my turn, I have to pay back for the pleasure you just gave me, or something like that. But in fact, what one wants to do fits exactly with what the other one wants to do. And obviously, then there's no frustration, because you are going for the same goal together.
It becomes a symbiosis when you are actually together. And probably to add one more thing, if one receiving massage, one giving massage is better than the other one, that's quite a dilemma when the woman is giving her best and wow, she's amazing, and he is completely enjoying it. And then when he has to give, it's just one scenario, can be also vice versa. When he has to give, he's maybe fast, he may be clumsy, and he's not that good. So what to do there, So it's again one of the things I encountered in the massage, where I had to mention that tantric massage is about also learning how to receive. And then when you are an egoist receiver, you want the things to be in a certain specific way. Okay, I gave you everything what I could, and now you're just you're lousy, you're clumsy, and what is that? I had this sometimes that eventually the woman, you're not doing like Ananda does. So that's a little far, But so in time I had to explain them. Hey, he's here to learn. He wants to make you happy. Let's just give him the chance and the possibility that he's growing into it. Maybe he's not that fast, but at some point he will grow into it. And when he will be there, I guarantee you'll be the happiest woman alive. Just give him a chance. But as I said, can be also happening vice versa. It happened to me many times in the woman's case, being faster in learning,
It sounds like it's also this interaction could be a good example of how they are interacting generally.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a clumsy masseur, normally you would also be a kind of clumsy lover.
But she would also maybe say that be impatient and not giving space to learn. And,
exactly.
So it's kind of revealing a lot of things.
Yeah, actually, it's a very wonderful thing what you just said right now. Tantra massage is helping both lovers to learn patience as well. To learn that love is you can say it's a continuous learning on meeting each other at new levels all the time. Because in the end, if you want to be with a person for longer period of time, you have to give yourself new chances of renewing the relationship. As for sure, for instance, we are doing. We reset our relationship constantly. You say, okay, now this relationship until now has to stop, and we start a new one. So in that reset you can give. It helps us due to the fact that we are so involved with the tantric massage, and we see the patterns of our relationship so much easier. And so that's why we recommend so much to do it. Tantra massage awakens the heart and the ability to see the things clearer about yourself and within the couple relationship and with all the people around as well.
And there are not many other ways to actually learn. I mean, as a couple, where can you go practically to learn intimacy, to be closer to each other? I mean, we don't have lovemaking schools where they go to learn how to make love. I mean, we should have, but we don't. I mean, most people, they learn by, how you say, trial and error, A lot of errors normally pick up before they get somewhere. But tantric massage is a beautiful way to learn how to love, how to touch, how to be intimate with each other, like how to go deeper.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm super grateful that it's possible, I completely love my job.
It's more than a job.
It's much more than a job. It's like a call. I mean, we need this. We just need so much more of this in this life, like
actual
in the world.
Intimacy.
Yeah, to learn intimacy, because in the school you learn a lot of things, but you don't learn the essentials, right? You don't learn about love. You don't learn about couple relationship. You don't learn about sexuality. I mean, those classes are super superficial in the school, right? That was my experience when I found Tantra some 20 years ago. I was like, oh my God, this is everything I didn't learn in school. How come they didn't teach me this before, Why I have to dig it out myself?
And even with just being in normal relationships, even friendships, you don't really learn.
No, exactly.
All kinds of relationships.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like simple things like empathy, forgiveness. How does the other feel, How am I react? All kind of things, yeah. And in a couple relationship, no, for sure. I mean, most people, they try to make a couple until it goes sour, and then they break apart, and they look for someone better, right? How about making yourself better? Then you might have a chance to find a better lover, To learn from our mistakes, to grow, to learn how to be together. And Tantra massage is an excellent way to learn how to be together. How to be the best. How can I be the best man for her?
I have one final question that you're not expecting. What is your best advice for someone who's watching this, who's not currently in a couple relationship but deeply wishes to be?
Yes, that's a very good question. First of all, we can't just wait for love to happen. We have to start first. In other words, if I want more love in my life, I have to give more love. I have to start loving more. And I'm not talking about waiting for the right one, saving all my love until the right one is there, and then I open up and love
magically,
epically. Like, no, I mean, just love people, love the world, love everybody around, give love, and the more you love, the more love you offer to the universe, the more love universe will send to you, one way or the other. So that would be the first step to open up, and then to start realizing, what kind of relationship do I want? Why do I want a lover? For what? And start to identify why. Like, is it because I feel lonely? Or is it because I feel miserable and I need some emotional comfort? Or why? Or is it because all my friends, they have lovers and I'm single and it feels like it sucks that I'm single? Because if these are the motivations, better upgrade the motivations, because you'll not find the right one if you're just looking for somebody so that I don't feel lonely. I mean, how about finding the right one rather than somebody? So start realizing why do you want a lover? Like, what's the motivation behind that? And then start to identify if you qualify. Like, if I qualify myself, for being in a couple relationship,
Yeah.
right? That would be also a good step, because once you start to improve yourself and upgrade yourself and say, I want to attract the perfect lover in my life, so first step for me is to become the perfect lover. Then it's much bigger chance that you attract the right one.
You have something to add?
Yes, actually,
the ending
it
here.
comes from the experience, seeing so many singles who wanted to be in a relationship. I actually observed that in time, coming regularly for tantra massage, it helped them to open up more and more, you know. And then learning from us the first steps in opening up, and opening up to learn more about yourself and learning to be more open to love what you're doing, people around. And then it actually, by opening the heart, as Ulrik was just saying, you'll attract more love in your life. And my observation was actually for many of these singles that they all of a sudden they became a magnet of attraction. One of the example I would say is as Indian. One of my guests, I remember he told me he was this kind of guy who was working in a laboratory and somehow unobserved, right, by the women around. And he said, Ananda, you can't believe, all of a sudden now all the women want my attention and they come and share with me deep stories from their hearts. And all of a sudden he became very attractive, let's say, to those women to share their hearts with him. And for him that was such an amazing sign of success, that he grew, and that was helping him more and more for opening up to actually find and wish to find actually the woman of his life. So that's one of the successes which I can share, and there are also much more many.
It's a great place to stop because now we covered all the people. So thank you for joining here today.
Thank you.
So this was a talk about couple relationships, and maybe you feel inspired to set aside a little more time to take care of your garden at home, your love relationship garden, and to treasure it and treat it as it deserves. So thank you for watching today.
Thank you.